Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm about to explain why Control Token is the best project ever made and why this tier 2 revolutionizes all of crypto and how crypto should move forward, and why this is the best reward project you've ever seen. This will be the best math video you've ever seen. I'm trying to make it short and to the point, but ultimately I need a minute to explain it and then a minute to show you the math. So the entry point into the new system, into tier 2, is $100. There'll be a total of 2,000 entries. And once 2,000 entries happen, we will be splitting that $100 entries into $50 into a Lotto and $50 into Control Token, so that people are purchasing $100,000 worth of Control Token and $100,000 worth of XUSD is going towards a Lotto. The Lotto is what we keep calling the tier 2. And the tier 2 is a new opportunity to be a whale, and the numbers can be quite crazy once you guys see these numbers. But here's what the Lotto looks like. Simply just by buying $100, you're going to get $50 worth of Control Token. But what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to double it. Because we have extra tokens in the treasury, we're going to use those tokens to double these purchases, which means that people will be basically spending $100 worth of Control Token and getting, after the tax that they pay, around $100 worth of Control Token. But the cool part is you're not just getting $100 worth of Control Token, you're also getting some crazy stuff on top, and we'll go ahead and go over that. So after 2,000 entries fill, or $100,000 of XUSD and $100,000 of Control Token, and then it's going to pay out. And when it pays out, this is what's going to happen. What are you seeking with the crypto? New buyers are seeking a 10x, a 100x, and a 1,000x. That's what you want, right? And what we've done was, with this Lotto, we're able to provide what people are seeking without the price actually having to do a 10x, a 100x, or a 1,000x. So each time this Lotto fills, and this can happen every day, it could happen once a week, it could happen a lot, it just depends on volume. One person will get a 200x every time this fills. 3 people will get a 100x every time this fills. 20 people will get a 10x of XUSD every time this fills. So we're going to be taking the thing that is usually not available to people as the project continues to grow and give it to them, basically, in a way that is fair. You can get as many entries as you want. For every $100 you put in, you're getting an entry into this pool until the next one comes out. The 10K rewards only goes to people who buy through the Lotto or through tier 2 and stake in the 12-month. These rewards will build up for an entire year. 10K, or 10% of everything that's going towards the Lotto, will build up for an entire year and only go to the people who bought through the Lotto and staked in the 12-month. There is one final thing that we're doing, is that every 10 times this runs, 10K is going to store up 10 times to produce $100,000. And then everybody who has staked in the 12-month and bought in the Lotto will have an entry into a 1,000x. After this happens 10 times, one person will get a 1,000x without the project having to do a 1,000x. And the competition is only the people who have bought through the Lotto and entered into the 12-month staking. So not only are you getting these insane rewards, which I'll go over and they'll freaking blow your mind once I go over these numbers, but you will always have this 1,000x potential. Every time it fills 10 times, one wallet will be selected that bought through the Lotto with an entry, staked in the 12-month. This can happen over and over again, which means that not only are you getting these rewards that build up for a long period of time, but as this continues to fill, whether it be happening once a month, if it happens every month, one person gets a 1,000x every single month without the project having to do a 1,000x, all while fueling the project with buys that are paying the tax. And because so much of this volume is using XUSD, this is going to appreciate XUSD on some ungodly level that we didn't even anticipate to happen. So you buy $100. If you want to throw in 500, that's 5 entries. It's 1 out of 2,000. Everybody has 1 out of 2,000. If you get 5 entries, 10 entries, you get that, but there's got to be a winner. So one person will get 20K, another person will get, 3 people will get 10K, and then 20 people will get 1K, a 10x, while still having their bag, while still having the opportunity, if they're staking, to get those rewards that are going to only new buyers and the chance for this 1000x. As long as you're staking into the 12 month, you're entering into this 1000x that will pay out every time that it happens. Here's the cool part is that once we fill this a couple times, then we can increase this from $100 to $500. And that will increase the odds of everything. We're starting with $100 because it's a much easier entry point, and that's just to get us off the ground and to get us spreading. We can always go back to 100, we can always go back to 500. But if we switch to the 500, then these numbers obviously change to different numbers. Now instead of 20K, now it's going to be 100K. One person will win $100,000 with a $500 entry. 3 people will win 50K, and then 20 winners will win 5K. Now imagine we do it to 1,000 entry point, which is what we really want to get to. Then you've got one winner winning 200,000, you've got 3 winners winning 100,000, and then you've got 20 winners winning 10K, all while fueling buys on the chart, all while fueling rewards in a new 12-month event, all while fueling 1,000x that goes to one of the people who staked in the 12-month and bought through the new tier. Currently, our price is around 0.01. I don't have control over the price, guys. This is going to be as if we were launching a new token with the same token at a higher price point. The demand that we're going to put on this token at the 10x here is going to be quite insane. So the Lotto gives this element of making it so much more fair for new buyers to see those things that they typically never see. The reward system makes it so that they can be a dominant whale if they want to in a new system of value that does not compete with the previous holders, which once again makes it so much more fair. But ultimately, it's super important that people understand that if you put $1 in, you can't expect to be a millionaire. The more you're willing to put in, the more upside potential it has. Yes, there's risk by putting more in, but if you put in $10 and you get 100x, then you're going to get $1,000. But if you put in $1,000 and you get 100x, you're going to get $100,000. So you can't be putting in a little bit and expecting everything, especially when other people are putting in more. When we launch Tier 2, there will be a lot of competition to build a large position in these new rewards because of what I'm about to tell you on top of the previous lottos attached to it. Large demand because of large rewards, and I don't have control over that. It's open to you and anybody who wants to build a large position at the price that we launch at when Tier 2 launches. Here's what the math is looking like. We have around 50 million tokens in the liquidity pool. And so there's a lot less competition in this new reward structure for a large amount of tokens to come in and dominate this system. And in order to buy up that 50 million, you'd have to see a lot of tokens buying it up. So if we take, say, 30 million, and let's say 30 million is the total staked in this new tiered system. And let's start low because I don't want you, whatever number I give you guys, that's the number in your head. And then you just look at whatever has the most value and you don't see how valuable even small numbers are. So we're going to start with 10K control tokens. For every 10K control tokens, we're going to divide 10K by 30 million. And then that number is what we're going to multiply times the rewards. So if we have 100 million in volume with a Tier 2, that'll be 10 million in rewards. And so if you have 10K tokens in the new tier, that would equal $3,333 in XUSD. This isn't including it appreciating. This is only for 10K. which is around what you'll be getting for $100. Now, as the price goes up, you get less tokens. That's if you have 10K with only 100 million in volume, you would see $3,332 in rewards. And we're incentivizing volume to continually happen because it's paying out winners nonstop. Now, let's say if you had 100K, that would jump that number up to 33,000, right? If you had 100K, then you could just add a zero. Now we're at 33,000. So if you have 100K tokens in the 12-month staking pool and we have 30 million tokens staked, then you'll be getting $33,000 around for every 100 million in volume. If you have large money and you're going to be building a large position in this new system, yes, you could, for anybody who has that kind of money. Most of us don't, but I don't want to leave the people who do have that possibility out. If you dropped 1 million, if you were able to get 1 million tokens in the new tiered system, you'd be looking at over $300,000 if we had 30 million tokens staked for every 100 million in volume. Which means that if you got 1 million tokens in the new system and we only got 10 million in volume, then you would be making $33,000 in stablecoin. This isn't including that XUSD will be massively appreciating as the volume is happening. So it could be far beyond that number. But say that it's not 30 million. What if it was only 20 million that was staked? Because there's not that much supply left, and you'll have to buy quite a lot of it in order, and then you'll have to stake a lot of it. So this would involve people buying this many tokens as the price continues to go up and staking them in the 12-month, which means that the number could potentially be significantly lower. While there's incentive to interact with the Lotto for the rewards, that doesn't mean that everybody necessarily wants to stake. However, there will obviously, because we're launching, be massive opportunity to build a large position in the new staking system of rewards, both for the really big 1000x Lotto and both for these rewards that we're talking about right now. So if 20 million stakes, people put that much buy pressure on the charts, which would be absolutely insane. It would drive up our price quite crazy. Then it would be your 1 million if for the whale who got that, or for anybody who's able to afford that, which is quite a lot, and the price could go up quite a lot. That would give you 0.05 of whatever rewards we do, which every 100 million in volume would be producing 10 million in rewards, and so you'd be getting 0.05% of that, which would come out to $500,000 for every 100 million in volume if you have 1 million tokens, which is quite costly right now. But don't look at that and think, man, I can't get $500,000. I don't want to do this at all. Look at that and think, okay, so you're telling me if I have 1 million and we get 100 million in volume, I can get 500K. Well, that means that if I get 100K tokens and we get 100 million in volume, that means I get 50K, which is still really sweet. According to your budget, you can't expect the world if you can only put in a little bit, which also means that, oh man, what if I can only get 10K? Put in 10K, that means 100 million in volume. I can get $5,000 in rewards. This is all in stablecoin, and this is all in control. This is very cheap. You know, the price of these is 1 million is like around $12,000. 100K comes out to around $1,200, and the price could go down, it could go up, right? It fluctuates. I can't guarantee what the price will be when you buy. And then 10K control is like around $120. So for $120, if we get 100 million in volume, you can get $5,000 in rewards. For around $1,200 with the price at what it's currently at, you can get 100K control, and for every 100 million in volume, you can get $50,000 in stablecoin rewards, not including that it appreciates. I keep leaving that part out. And if you get that amazing number, which I'm sure some people might be able to do that, then for only 100 million in volume, you can get $500,000 in rewards. And let me make this even more crazy. This is not including that you're still getting the old rewards as well, the tier 1. Everybody in tier 2 is also getting tier 1 rewards as well. with that 100 million in volume, when they both happen, you would be getting the 500K with tier 2, and you'd still be getting your 30K with tier 1. Now, the reason that these numbers are different is not because there's a higher tax going towards tier 2, but it's just because there is less supply available to go towards tier 2. So most our supply is in tier 1, and so therefore there's not much supply that can go into tier 2, and because of that there's less competition, and because of that there's more room to build a larger position for those rewards. But what that still means is that for everybody who's in tier 1, for every million tokens you hold, for every 100 million you get, you will still be getting around 30,000 or more for every 100 million, for every million tokens you hold, which is quite insane. But with tier 1, in order to get a million tokens, you had to drop $1,000. And so that would be the equivalent of getting 100K tokens. And so comparing the 30K to the 500K is not really the right way to look at it, because you only had to spend 1,000 to get a million tokens for this tier 1, but for tier 2 you'd have to drop like 12 grand or more to get a million tokens. The equivalent of 1,000 tokens would be around that 100K tokens, and the 100K tokens would be getting you the 3K in the previous tier, and in the new tier it would still be getting you 50K. And that's the reason that that's so high, is because there's less demand, and that's us going off of only 20 million tokens staked. Technically we are doubling the tokens that people are buying, and there's around 50 million in the LP. So if a bunch of people bought up half the LP right now, they got 25 million, and so they got 25 million on top, and then they staked 50 million tokens, then yes, these numbers would go down, right? If we had 50 million tokens staked in the new pool. And so if 50 million got in, it would be 200,000 for every 1 million tokens you hold. So it's still really good, and the rewards for the 50K as well. So this is a significant opportunity to provide significant wealth to new buyers while also fueling the previous holders. The previous holders are the ones who are have the largest position in the rewards and are going to see the most price growth. They're going to be the ones who unstake first. They're going to be the ones who have the largest portion of the value that's going towards the tax tokens, and that's not including the whale rewards as well. That's not including the unstaking fees that can all greatly fuel this tier 1 system. Tier 2, not all volume fuels tier 2, only buys fuel tier 2, while buys, sells, and unstaking fuel tier 1. So there is some major differences between tier 2 and tier 1. They both have their pros, they both have their cons. But ultimately the goal is to create such good opportunities as we grow that when we go from our pre-sale, that we provided an amazing opportunity both into the price and the rewards. And then we go to 10x, and then we drop tier 1, or tier 2 I mean. And with tier 2, we provide those same opportunities that you're chasing down at the pre-sale, 10x, 100x, 1000x. Those same opportunities, we're providing all of that to tier 2. We get to 100x. Now these people are getting in a far less beneficial position into tier 2 and tier 1. And now we can drop tier 3, provide similar opportunities, 10x, 100x, 1000x, with a new set of rewards, and make it so much more fair. And every single holder, if I can make a project where people who did the pre-sale also want to do tier 2 and also want to do tier 3, then hopefully you can zoom out of this and get the picture of what could happen with a project when you're able to continue to put that much demand on the token as the price continues to go up. If you can see the bigger picture, zoom out of tier 1 and tier 2 and see if we continue to create systems of value that provide significant value to later buyers, then we can actually create something that's way more fair, way more sustainable. This is a quick breakdown even though it's a long video of what the new system is and how it works. There will be more to it. There will be some fluctuations, but not only by staking in are you going to get these rewards. So by buying, you're getting the immediate Lotto that pays out, and that'll pay out, a 200x, 100x, 200x to one person, 100x to 3 people, and a 10x to 20 people. Everybody gets that every time the Lotto happens. It could happen once a day. $100,000 goes through. Lotto happens. $100,000 goes through. It could happen multiple times a day. We'll be creating winners. One person, 200x, 3 people, 100x, 20 people, a 10x. You'll be getting that while you're purchasing the token, while also just getting your bag that you're getting, which is awesome, while also getting the tier 1 rewards, while also getting the tier 2 rewards, while also getting that 1000x. So every time the $100 one happens, Lotto happens 10 times, we'll build up $100,000 and one person will get 1000x. Every time the $500 one happens 10 times, we can build up $500,000 and one person will get 100x of 500,000. And then every time, if we can fulfill the $1,000 one 10 times, then we could have one person win $1 million, all without having to sell their tokens, all while having access to the continued Lotto pools as they continue to buy, which really creates heavy demand, this 10x, 100x, and 1000x, to continue to buy the token, because not only are you getting this chance of a 10x, 100x, and 1000x, or the 200x, but you're also getting rewards, and you're also building a position in this new tier system. So that's absolutely nuts. That's a lot to take in. Ultimately, what we are doing is stopping value from going into the LP, and we're giving extra tokens to people that are purchasing. But in doing so, we are heavily incentivizing buys, and buys are what can fuel this system and make it super beneficial. This opportunity is open to every holder of control token, and it's open to the rest of DeFi. But ultimately, the success that we're looking for as control token holders is we need this idea to spread to other people. We need to get other people into a system that helps them. If we only buy this within ourselves, that's only sustainable for so long. But if we get the spreading factor, utilizing your referral link, so you can use your referral link and get people to enter into, and you'll get 10% of everybody you refer to get into the project. So you can buy $100, get your own self in, refer 5 to 10 people, get them in, get another $100 worth of control token, and there will be, this puts constant demand on the token for taking profits, buying the dips, and it's going to create a whole new 12-month event that's going to be happening 3 months after our first 12-month event. And so this can be quite a significant way to really propel us forward. If we get to the 100x, then we'll release tier 3, and that'll be the same thing all over again, a whole new level of demand, whole new level of support. If the price comes down to where tier 2 launches, then it will be an amazing buying opportunity to buy into the rewards that built up into tier 2's 12-month rewards, which is quite significant. As you guys have seen, the price goes down that low, then somebody can come in and build a large position in those rewards, and there's demands to do so because we've attached value to a higher price point, significant value to a higher price point. This value that we're building up in every tax and tier that we have puts a ton of demand on the token at different price levels. We have put so much demand on 1 million tokens that it's insane. Anyways, guys, this is a comprehensive breakdown. I will have more clean and official videos explaining these things coming out, but this is just for you to understand what we're launching on Thursday. Drop your questions down below. I'll do my best to answer all of them on X and on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next video. We've got our 50 million airdrop happening tomorrow, 40K XUSD, our first whale event. We're going to give it a day, see how you guys respond to that, and then launch this on Thursday with starting with $100 entry point into this whole new crazy system of value, which obviously is very, it's complex, but once you understand, it's very simple. You're buying, you're getting a chance at a 10x, 200x, 1000x. You're getting a position, the ability to build a new position as a whale, and you're getting the chance, as long as you don't unstake and that pool keeps going, it can pick us a winner for 1000x. As long as you're staked in the 12 month, you'll get the rewards and you'll have the chance to continually get that 1000x as it selects new wallets, as it fills every 10 times. So pretty awesome system, I believe, that we've built, and I think it's amazing. Some people might just look at things negatively. Oh, there's less value going towards a liquidity pool, and you're giving tokens out, and you could see that as being super unfair. But I see the liquidity pool as being unfair, and I see that by making the liquidity pool fair, we can create a top crypto. So I'll see you guys in the comments. You guys have a great day.